Let's clear up space. Of my horse candle. And I have my protein shake. Trying to gain weight. My Neptune in Scorpio in the second half. Because I used to be a weightlifter. I lift weights and be boom. I don't do that anymore. It's been years and years and years and years since I've been at the gym like that. But it's interesting to know that the minute I think that I want my body to look the way it did back in my 20s, 30s, it starts to build up, boop, 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 without doing a single regiment or exercise. The mosquitoes all over the place. I'll go tell my myself so it can go away. It's expensive face, body. God. They should be so lucky. I'm spraying very expensive shit. How are you guys doing? I try to get my glasses so I can see clearly. And of course the allergies, the hives. But you gotta manage it. That's all ruled by Neptune and Scorpio. Bacteria, viruses, virulence, unexplained illnesses, unknown cures, and miracles. This is Neptune and Scorpio. Neptune in the second house has a totally different function. It's more connected to the ego structure of belief. But we've done enough with Neptune in Scorpio and Neptune in the second house. Because we know more about Neptune in these latter signs than the earlier signs, right? Let's see. Who's here? Who's here? Hey! Can you do a backflip, Uncle? I used to, but with this hip situation, I doubt it. It says, love from the Bronx, Kingsbridge. Oh, I used to live out there, the Boogie Down Bronx. Let's jump right in. Neptune in the third house of Gemini. We know nothing about it. We know nothing about Neptune in Gemini, and we know even less of Neptune in the third house. Unless you are the astrologer like myself that is tackling on the project of trying to figure out how he functions. And I'm not just talking the United States. I'm talking about worldwide, because when I do this, I travel worldwide. So I will be taking trips soon, precisely for this type of empirical research. almost like an archaeologist, although I'm an anthropologist. That job is to identify cultures, races, and write about what they do. They do what they do. Even the best cultural anthropologists are not quite clear what is the distinction between a race and a culture and the homogeneity of the races and cultures. The current ones and the ones that going back ancient times. Neptune in the third house, which deals with communication, deals with well, this is where it gets a little sketchy. It deals with communication. That has to be the header. Communication. Because we are not quite sure what else it would entail. The specifics of, let's say, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, in Gemini is pretty spelled out and definitive. Believe it or not, Neptune in the third house of Gemini, of communication, tends to speak of a higher octave from Mercury. It speaks from a higher octave of Uranus, which is the exaltation of Mercury. Even it transcends that. And we don't even have a clue how this translates. Being an astrologer for almost 40 years of my life, making this my life's work, writing theses, books, it's going to take me and astrologers in my generation that are actually spearheading a research of trying to find out more about these planets and how they operate in the horoscope. For now, Neptune in the third house, or in Gemini, lends towards mediumship, communicating with the dead, seeing ghosts, apparitions, communicating in Sanskrit languages that are very, very rare in today's time. Think of the movie The Exorcist. Many of you may not even be aware of this movie because it was in my generation, where the demon was speaking some kind of Sanskrit, some kind of language unknown to humans at the time. This is Neptune in Gemini. The concept of duality, Jekyll and Hyde, the talented Mr. Ripley. Behave, mosquito, behave. All that is expressed with Neptune in Gemini. But on a higher octave than Mercury in Gemini. Oh yeah, I gotta spray my face and all night. But but this, because it's really bad now. It wasn't like that with the other videos. But you know that Mercury And the third house in Gemini rules witchcraft. So having a spirit attachment or a demonic attachment goes very well with Mercury in the third house. How do you clean it? The bell. The bell cleans the aura and dissipates witchcraft. Confusion in communication. You say one thing, but people interpret it as the opposite of what you meant. This can also mean talking to spirits on a daily basis, like kind of like what I do. And they reveal secrets, terrifying secrets about the cosmos, the universe. Because, these are higher planets, or what astrologers call transcendental planets. So the interpretation in the mundane birth chart is going to be a very high octave. Very few people might possess the signature. Oh. They bite, and I'm right there. Make sure that it doesn't swell up or get infected. Now, what have you? This is, so far, what we have discovered of Neptune in Gemini. Gemini also rules municipal politics. The ascendant of the United States is Gemini. And we can see Gemini at work in the United States. But even though he doesn't have Neptune there by birth, or maybe he does, it doesn't, you don't get what you think you're going to get with Neptune as far as communication in the third house or in Gemini. We've only had 2 Gemini presidents in the history of the United States. Donald Trump is the second. Rudolph Giuliani was the first. I do believe that there's another. Not quite sure. But having studied Rudolph Giuliani's chart and having met him, and Donald Trump, which I'm still studying and researching, I've been doing this for years, explains the double quixoticity or quixoticity of Neptune. Very much in keeping with Gemini, because Neptune rules a mutable sign, and Gemini is also a mutable sign. That becomes significant in the delivery of the information, talking mundanely. Hold on one second, because you gotta cut the poison out of. You gotta cut the poison out. The third house rules the environment, and mosquitoes and flies. Even though I don't see them, I know that they're biting. Invisible. Neptune rules invisibility. You could be in a crowded room and people inviting you to a party, And everyone's waiting for you. And the party is jumping, it's kicking off. But I said, well, where's Larry? I called him hours ago. He should be here. He is there. You just don't see him. Like a chameleon. This is also in keeping with Neptune in Gemini. Hold on. Yes. They're like, biting me. I see them go from different people right to me. Crazy, huh? Now let's move towards Neptune in Cancer or in the fourth house, because we don't know how Neptune works in Cancer. But it's a water planet, and Cancer is a cardinal water sign. So there cannot be that much difference in mundane expression. Which with Cancer, at this level, is externalized. I used to love these protein shakes when I would used to work out. Isn't it interesting that 30 years later, I'm right back to the same, right back. But not having the exercise like I did in my 20s and 30s, but still looking the part like I was young. Neptune. It is designed to give you the opposite. And you really got to learn this situation. You really do. Second. I mean, I doesn't pay me to follow. I got about like ammonia or bleach with water in a spray bottle, and that makes them go away. But it's all interesting that this is so Neptune. But Cancer, it's not even mundane. It's cosmic. It's deep. We're talking about Gaia here. Neptune. But so is Cancer, the mother of all mothers. If you watch The Wizard of Oz with Glinda, the Good Witch, she don't even talk to you. She just watch The Wizard of Oz and watch her grow carefree. She's Neptune in Cancer, or Neptune in the fourth house. Her beauty is almost diabolical. It's so high octave. It's so there. You can't even touch it. And the wisdom is unquestionable. Do you vibrate in that capacity if you have Neptune in the fourth house? If you do, I hope you're much older, because it really doesn't do much when you're young. It lends to confusion and paradoxical behavior. The fourth house rules the past, your mother's past, your parents' past. Okay? It rules past lives. Royal bloodline lineages. Epic sagas from times past. Ben-Hur, the Ten Commandments, Moses. It roots the anthropological history of the races. How they merged, how they individualized, and then how did they homogenize. The biblical stories concerning races and tribes is, I'm not going to say bullshit, but let's just say it's a different level of truth on a parallel plane. The real raw truth behind it is that it's far more ancient than that. An example which you've heard me say before, the 12 tribes of Israel, which we always read about. All 12. Reuben, Naphtali, Ezra, Benjamin, all 12 of them. I don't know how Israel, well, yeah, I do. But I'm not going to tread there, not today. But the 12 tribes of Israel is nothing but the 12 tribes of Atlantis. This is the origin of the races. And it goes far more deeper than that. You are all OD, okay? OD. Okay, we reached past 25 minutes. I have to do another video to conclude Neptune in the fourth house and give you mundane examples. Please donate. Please give. CashApp Fernando, FERNA 5 NDO. And of course, you can Zelle me 667-495-7911. Guys, I hope you are liking this new series. I'm trying to bounce back from the drama of it all.